decision. I'll face the sunny side head on. I had a vision of what it might be like to reach the exit.
I guess we're rolling. What's up, everybody? It's our Thursday episode with special guest in studio from Palm Springs, Gina Kimmel. What? My old friend, my old pal. How long have we known you, Gina? I've known you.
Well, let's see, you were 25.
Oh,
You're
yeah, that's right.
27 now.
Known you as long as I've known.
2 years. About 2 years.
That's right. Yeah. I've known you like my whole adult life, pretty much.
I know. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Yeah.
We were just talking about that, how freaky it is. Like, the second half goes so goddamn fast, right? The first half is slow and miserable.
I know.
The second half
Flies
fast
by.
and miserable.
Next thing you know, you're going to be 70.
I know. I know. Shit.
I know.
When you start taking advantage of that AARP stuff, like at first you're like horrified, and then you're like, wait, 15% off? That's fucking amazing.
You're like, the movies were expensive.
I know, right?
Now they're a bargain.
And I can't eat the popcorn anymore because it gets caught in my dental work. Like, it's win-win. I actually have not been to a movie since before COVID.
Oh, really?
Crazy? Yeah, I used to go every Friday. I saw everything that came out, good, bad, and ugly.
Yeah.
And
we used to go to the movies all the time.
Every Friday. Mm-hmm. That was our date night thing or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Now let me ask you this right out of the gate. Speaking of movies,
yeah,
the Oscars were last night.
Yeah,
can you not watch it? Do you have to not watch it, or has it been long enough that you can watch it, or would you start watching it like 15, 20 minutes in?
I don't watch it.
Okay, understandable.
Yeah, part of it is because the co-host and I have a history.
What?
The host. He's not co-host. Oh, that'll piss him off. And I don't know. I feel like television has gotten so much better than movies lately. Mm-hmm. So I think that's more what I'm addicted to is the television.
Me too.
So even though I don't watch the Emmys either, but
you do like a good Netflix.
I do like a good Netflix.
A true crime. Yeah.
Yeah. I do like true crime.
Yeah. Yes, we used to go to the movies every Friday. I remember seeing so many movies with Gina. One of them I really remember was that movie with Richard Gere, and his wife cheated on. His wife was having an affair. It was called Unfaithful.
Oh, that was Diane
Lane.
I don't remember that movie at
Gina,
all.
I totally remember sitting in the theater because you screamed at the screen because he was such a doting and nice husband. And you're like, oh, please, that doesn't happen.
It doesn't. Yeah, who's got that?
I feel like I remember somebody getting rolled up in a rug in that movie.
Yes,
was it
do
a
you
crime?
remember that movie?
No, I'm
Diane
gonna
Lane's having like a
Let's
hot
all
affair.
stop and watch the movie really quick so we can talk about it.
Diane Lane is having an affair with Oliver.
Yes.
His name's Oliver something, and he's freaking hot.
Right.
Okay, well.
I forgot his name. Kaylin,
he was a young
producer.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look
he was
up
a young,
Unfaithful.
He was a young actor.
We need to
what
know
else he's been in, actually.
Who the guy named Oliver.
Well, Richard Dreyfuss is
Oliver
short.
Martinez.
Oliver Martinez. He was hot.
You don't remember seeing that movie?
No,
Gina?
wonder what he looks like now.
Diane Lane's sleeping with him, and Richard Gere
As
kills
her husband.
him.
Yes.
And then they have to roll him up in a rug and get.
Was it a comedy?
Super funny. Yeah. Yeah. That was a great movie.
Wasn't it? I love that movie.
I gotta go watch it again.
Oh my God, Gina, you would love it.
I was on a plane once with Richard Gere to Martha's Vineyard.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I just happened to be on my honeymoon at the time. And that was when it dawned on my husband at the time that Jaws was filmed there.
Oh, at Martha's Vineyard.
Like that was the connection, seeing Richard Gere. So, and it was a little prop plane. There were 6 of us on it.
Wait, was Richard Gere in Jaws?
You're thinking of Richard Dreyfuss.
Oh,
No, you
very,
said Richard
very
Dreyfuss.
different.
oh my God! Well, then who the hell would cheat on Richard Gere?
I know.
Exactly.
That's kind of like that's why we were. It was
And
me,
he was
you,
a
and
doting
Melissa.
husband.
He was
Because Richard
yes.
Dreyfuss is short.
Yeah, no, it wasn't Richard Dreyfuss.
Who
Monday.
oddly has played
Okay,
a
well,
lot
this
of
movie
romantic
sounds
leads.
stupid now.
Right, that's my point. Like me
Right.
and Melissa, we were like, you guys were yelling at the screen, like, "Oh, please, this is like he's kissing her goodbye," and like he was just a really sweet husband to her, and then she goes off and cheats on him. Well, the guy was younger and cuter, Oliver.
I mean, Oliver Martinez, I don't know what he's done lately, but he was really,
He was hot.
I sound like a lech. I just keep going. He was so hot, but
Oh,
at the
that's
time,
Yeah.
I know. Let's see what he looks like now. Has he got a dad bod and a receding hairline?
I mean, they all do eventually.
I know. That's why it always gets me with the women. You know how they're always like, "Oh, I broke up with my wife because
Right.
she put on 20 pounds or whatever." I'm like, okay, well, when I met you, you had a 5-inch forehead. Now it's 7. Okay, let's just say that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's
How did you meet your current guy?
well.
Great question.
Great question. We met playing a video game.
Wait, what? Like online?
Yeah, online.
Like how?
It was The
Words with
Sims
Friends?
online.
Oh my!
Sims.
Did you remember that? Did you
Of
play it?
course, I didn't play it. No, but I do. Of course, I know
remember
what it
it.
is. Yeah.
So I was playing it because my ex-mother-in-law, no fault of her own, but she just didn't understand the rating system of games. And so Kevin one day was playing Grand Theft Auto at the
Your
age
son.
of 6.
Yeah.
My son, Kevin. So we had this rule in my house where I had to play the game first, just to make sure there were no prostitutes and murder.
Right.
And so Katie came home with this game that she'd gotten her and wanted to play, and I was like, "Oh, here's a pedophile like hot spot, right?" So I played it, and it was like crack. I mean, I was hiding in my house, double fisting raw cookie dough because I was depressed.
Right.
And so I met him you had to like earn money or something. And I met him, of course, in the game, I had a huge gambling problem. Not unlike reality. But, and so I don't know, he was the best at playing this game that earned you money. I had the Sim Mafia after me. So I latched onto him. And then we just started chatting and
Like the same day that you met him in the game, or was it the kind of thing where you could log on at a different time and be in the same world?
And be in the same world. And he was, sloughing off at work. So it was like mostly during the day. And we just, would like chat about, life and stuff. And he was also going through a divorce. And
Oh,
so we like talked a lot about that.
but you had no idea what he looked like.
No, and I didn't want to know because I literally plucked him off of a hill in Alabama. So, he was so smart and he corrected my grammar for me. 'Cause, you're
Oh.
typing. This is the days of AIM. This
Right.
is 20 years ago.
Right.
This is how I met my husband, by the way,
Online?
on AOL. Yeah, Instant Messenger.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? And did all your friends think
And
you were
your
going to
guy's
get killed?
John, right?
What?
Your boy.
No, Chris.
Chris.
Oh, okay. Sorry, mine is
Yeah.
John.
Did all your friends think you were going to get axe murdered and
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah.
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 So did you know?
I was the aggressor, by the way, too. Like he was not really flirting with me. So I was the one who was like, "Do you want to meet?" And he said no at first.
Oh, really?
Freaking believe that?
But did he live local or did you pluck him off a hill too?
No, he lived local, but that's because I went on AOL. There was like a search thing. This was in the very early days of AOL. You could be in your AOL community and you could put in other accounts. Like you could search for accounts that were sort of
I remember.
with
in
a theme
LA.
or something? Oh,
and I put in male writers or TV writers.
Oh,
They
Guys.
should bring this back for dating, by the way. Why don't they just do that instead of dating apps?
oh, I know.
But I had no idea what he looked like or anything. But my whole thing wasn't really that I wasn't trying to date. I was trying to like have fun, like mess with people. I thought it was funny to like send people odd
Interesting.
instant messages. You know, you could randomly instant message somebody. It would just pop up on your, it would make a little ding and
Well,
pop
I
up in your
actually
messenger.
never ever used AOL, and I don't
Oh.
even think I
But
downloaded.
that's AIM.
Well, I didn't download it till I met him, and then we
Okay.
kind of started talking off the game.
Okay.
So wait, in Sims, did he have his?
Yeah, you make a little
his-
character, but
yeah.
I mean, back then, you know, it was
There
like
wasn't too
this
much to
head,
it.
this, yeah, there
Yeah.
wasn't.
So
You
it
know.
didn't look.
So it didn't, yeah. And I didn't want to know what he looked like because, you know, I was in a down time in my life. And I was like, oh my God, it'll be some bubba with a crew cut and a gun rack. And, you know, and I just want to keep this fantasy alive and stuff. And then he was doing something to his house. And I was like, oh, take a picture, show me or whatever. It was the outside of his house. And he did. And the reflection was in the window, remember? And I was like, holy fuck, this guy's good looking.
Yeah.
So then I was like, hey, want to swap pictures and stuff? And then he, so we did. And then that's when it got flirty and stuff. And so then we decided
Because what are the chances that you're just on some random game and that the person is like semi-age appropriate?
I know, and
cute,
and I don't
dateable?
recommend this for people at home because this is a fluke. I think it's a fluke. Like people are like, "I'm going to start playing video games," but you know, I was it was a fluke. But when we decided to meet in Ohio,
Wait, so
I
where
was
were
there.
you? You were
I was
here?
in LA. He,
and he was in-
lived in Alabama.
Oh, geez.
So I didn't really think it was going to go anywhere, but we decided to meet.
Why meet in Ohio?
He had to go there for like a work conference because this is then I became the aggressor. He had to be work conference. I was like, I can go to Ohio, and one of my best friends from high school lived there, so I figured I had an out, you know, like
Right.
a reason to go. Like I'll go visit my friend that I haven't seen in 20 years. Or whatever. And then
Meanwhile, you don't even contact your friend. You're like, I'll
Yeah.
contact her if things go south.
yeah, and I didn't. And so, but the best was so we decided to meet. And I'm like, all right, I better tell him that I'm going through this divorce to somebody famous. So I tell him, and he's like, well, who is it? And this is all, you know, on AI, like AIM
Right,
or whatever.
right.
And so I tell him, and he's like, I'm really embarrassed by this. And I was like, what? And he's like, I don't know who that is.
Oh my God, amazing.
I'm going to fuck this guy. Right? Oh my God. And then he told me, he's like, I was really afraid you were going to say it was Al Pacino.
Oh God.
What? Why? Because he's a big fan?
I don't know. I don't know. I never asked him that. I was like, Al Pacino, of all the people, Al Pacino. First
By
of
the
all,
way-
he's the same age as my dad.
And even back then, basically looked homeless.
Yeah.
Right.
Like Al Pacino was not.
no,
Yeah,
he was
so I don't know.
good looking
Oh my
as
God,
Michael
maybe
Corleone.
what is it?
Yeah.
Maybe he was trying to say something about me that then I didn't even catch on to.
He was cute in like this late 60s and probably
Yeah.
early 70s.
Early
and then,
70s,
and then no.
Godfather, and then that.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you that I ran into him at like a agent's office? And I mean, I thought it was a person, like a bum walking around. It was like William Morris or something. And I'm like, what is this guy? He's wearing like a leather trench coat, but not nice, like a really tattered, and his hair was crazy. And he just looked so unkempt. And I'm like, who? And then somebody that I was with was like, that's Al Pacino. And I was like, oh, geez, what happened?
I think that's their incognito decides.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, they really commit to it then. Yeah. They're incognito in their own mirror.
I never understood that.
Yeah. Okay, go on.
So yeah, so you guys are talking back and forth, and then he sent the picture.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And then we met in Ohio, and then.
So was he acting excited to meet you though by that point?
Yeah. Yeah, he was. I mean, he's a little bit younger than me, and
And he's cute. He's a very handsome guy.
he's a handsome guy. Yeah, he is the first guy I've ever been with that's better looking than me. I don't, does that sound bad? I usually like him not that attractive.
Don't we all?
Yeah, it makes me feel better about it. It's my
Right.
own insecurity.
So tell me about, so when you first met, okay, so you get to Ohio.
well, so he
Are you
picked,
at any point where you like, oh my God, this
well,
is crazy?
everybody. You remember you were like, "Oh my God, she's gonna die."
I
Like,
know. We were like, we were calling you the devil woman because his ex,
And so, yeah, because his ex-wife is very religious.
Oh.
And so we...
But
I remember, like, I had to call one of you guys, like, every 15 minutes. Like, so I had to check in with somebody to make sure I was alive.
Yeah.
So that made it awkward while we were having sex. Like, could you hold on? I have to call a friend.
Okay, so he picks you up at the airport?
He picked me up at the airport. And then we had a romantic dinner at White Castle.
of course.
And then...
Did you have chemistry right away?
Oh, yeah. Right away.
But by then, weren't you guys on the phone talking?
Yeah, by then we had like been on the phone, and
But
stuff like that.
still, you don't know what the chemistry is going to be like in person. It could be super awkward.
It is awkward because, like, especially as you probably know, like, so I don't know about how long before you met, but like this was months of
mine was months
of chatting, and and then you feel like, this person doesn't even know who I am or what I look like. Like, that was the cathartic part, because I was going through this trauma. So here was somebody I could like spill my guts to, and he didn't know who I was, or and all that kind of stuff. And so it was awkward at first, but then it did just slip right into like
total comfort.
Yeah. Did that happen to you too? Like, then...
No, mine was a little bit different because I had built it I had never seen him and he had never seen me, but I knew because we talked and we lived near each other, we were in the same industry, he knew a couple of people that I knew in common, one in particular. And I asked this guy and he was like, "Oh, JT, I haven't seen him in like 4 years, but like, I think he's like a good looking guy. I think you'd probably like him." So then I had in my mind that he was cute. He didn't know anything about me. But when we met, I literally hadn't seen a picture. He just told me, "I'm going to be carrying a red backpack." And when I saw him, I was kind of disappointed, but it was not because he's a very good looking guy, but to me,
you built up Al Pacino.
Yes, I built up, like, Lynette and I have talked about this, like, kind of ethnic. I liked kind of like Jewish looking guys and like brown hair, and he was very waspy looking. He light brown hair kind of, and like blue eyes, and looked really young, even though he's 2 years older than me. And he says my first words to him, which I don't remember this, were just like, "Oh my God, you're a baby." Because he looked young, and he was kind of skinny, and I was like, "Oh, this is not gonna work out." But I think also I was just really nervous, and because I'd been the captain of this ship, so, and then he had no expectations. He thought that I was. He always tells me he thought I was going to look like Fran Lebowitz because I was really funny. Because I was being funny with him because it was so low stakes.
Right.
I would kind of flirt with him, but he wouldn't flirt back. So I would just say I was just being funny all the time. And he liked that, but like for a friend. Like not that he didn't, he really liked that I was funny, but he thought funny, like home all the time. Like I'm probably like very not attractive. Like somebody that he kind of had a pity date with me because he was like, he was like, "Well, maybe she'll make a good friend." I'm saying he wasn't thinking I was the one going like, "Should we meet?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'll meet this girl. Like maybe I'll make a friend." But he says that when he saw me, he was very shocked because he was like, "Oh gosh, like you're pretty." Like, I mean, this was also
ours was a different situation because at this point we had like told each other all our sex fantasies and all that kind of stuff. Right? So we were basically meeting to have sex and go our separate ways.
Oh,
like
very
it was not
different.
meant to be like a relationship. It was meant to be, right? Remember, I was waxed and spray tan. I had all new underwear. I was ready to go.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's take a quick break and then get to that. Okay. So you were thinking this isn't going to be a relationship?
No, not at all. I mean, he lived in Alabama. Right. He had really little kids. I was going through this divorce. Right. And we didn't. And so, and then we had this weekend that was 10 days long. And then we just...
So did he extend his work trip?
No, I extended my trip. Oh, I missed my flight. And so then, but then it just went back to what it was, like just chit-chatting. I mean, it was definitely more flirty and stuff. But chit-chatting. And I was still kind of dating, I guess, for as much dating as you can do in LA. And
but did you, who liked who more though? Were you like did you want more from it? Or were you really, because usually the woman, I mean, I'm not a stereotype, but like I feel like we women get attached.
Yeah.
And it's harder to have just sex.
He was really nice. Every aspect. One thing is, though, he does not think I'm funny. I tell him all the time, like, I am the funniest fucking person you're ever going to meet. And he's like, I don't see it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, can you believe
that's
that?
insulting.
Yeah.
I just think I don't think we have the same sense of humor. I don't think he gets it.
I could see that. Maybe two different senses of humor.
He's very analytical. And so no, but what it was like this relief that, like, you think, oh my God, I'm never going to be in a relationship again. I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life. Oh, I may never have sex again. That kind of stuff. So it was also because my whole life I was serial monogamous, right? So this was the first time in my life like I'm alone.
Yeah, that's true.
And so it took that pressure off. Like, okay, here's somebody I can have sex with and whatever, but then I have to clean my own house, right? I have to take care of myself. So we didn't see each other again for a little while, and then he came here. Remember, he came for 4th of July,
right?
Then we kind of got on this routine where every 3 to 4 weeks we would meet in Atlanta.
Oh, that's right.
That's pretty frequent.
Yeah,
for a not relationship.
But then it started turning.
Yeah, but I mean, it was still no real future talk. It would more be like the next trip or whatever. And it was a lot of, because he was also going through a divorce. So I feel like we were like using each other is a bad term, but it was just nice. That's
leaning
what it
on
was.
each other.
Yeah, and that's just what it was, right? Like. And we didn't really let too much of the outside world in during, the weekend and stuff. And then it just sort of slowly progressed from there. But when he did move to LA, I made him leave all his clothes behind.
Oh, really?
He needed a makeover. I gave him a little bit of a makeover. And that's what I say, girls. You can change anything but his personality.
You can de-geek them.
That's my hot tip. So
how soon into it was there like I love you, like let's do this?
No, not.
Gina's not very warm and fuzzy.
Have you noticed? It was probably a year in, maybe. Or so.
Wow! Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, it was like we were pretty upfront that this is what it was.
Right.
Like, we were both going through our divorces, and his daughter was 2. He was very committed to being with his young children and like that kind of stuff. So I didn't meet his kids for years.
Right.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And he didn't meet mine either. Like it really, this is what it was. Like a little, it was kind of like having an affair, but not really having an affair.
Right. It's nice. It was nice. Because the relationship built.
Yeah. It was very slow.
Bless you.
Sweet.
We had to cut that
I
out.
had some pepper this morning. No, my sneezes are adorable, Gina.
They are.
Cut them out. How dare you?
They're a lot better than my sneezes.
So then was it smooth sailing from then on, or have you guys had any huge fights?
No.
Really?
They get along really
Yeah,
good.
we get along pretty. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been living in a car for the last 3 years.
Yeah, tell us
together.
about that.
Yeah.
So
I thought
basically,
we talked about that last time.
how long have you guys been together now?
21 years almost.
They've been together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, we were pretty upfront. Like, neither one of us ever want to get married again. We hated it. Neither one of, and so we spent so much time in the beginning dissecting our marriages and what went wrong.
Right.
So I feel like when we decided to go forward, I don't know, we like worked out a lot of that stuff. But I don't know. What'd you ask me?
So, well, how long you guys have been together?
Oh, it's like 21 years.
But
yeah.
then now you guys are traveling the country.
We have been, yeah.
Yes,
So
for
that
how
was
long?
a COVID. I think everyone has their COVID stories, and that was ours. That his company didn't go back, and so he can work remote. And we're like, oh my god, we could totally do this.
Oh, his company never went back?
They're all remote. I think 85% remote or something like that.
Wow.
He's a tech guy, yeah.
He's a tech guy. So we
Hence
sold
The Sims.
sold the house. Yeah, sold the house, sold everything we own, and
Got an RV.
got an RV, and we've been traveling for like 3 years. It's been fun. But I mean, we're getting ready to
Settle
do
somewhere.
a hybrid. Yeah,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. 3 years you guys have been traveling the country in the RV?
3 years. Mm.
Wow. What are some great cities and what are some bad cities?
Well, so everybody always asks me, like, what was your favorite? So I don't really have favorites. I have stuff I hated more than I thought I would.
Well, that's right up my alley.
Yeah, like
I like to complain.
Yeah.
So I'm a huge like history buff. Like I love westerns and
Oh,
that kind
okay.
of stuff. Right? So I was very excited to go to Virginia
She
City.
used to do the Civil War
I
reenactments.
used- yeah,
What?
that's right, Dorkorama.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
I did it for my son. That's
And she
another
used to
story.
sew costumes for it.
Yeah.
She would
Oh
make
my
the costumes.
God. What a go-getter.
No, the absolute opposite of a
You're a
go-getter.
no-getter?
I don't think sewing costumes for your kids' Civil War reenactment is no-getter.
Right.
Trust me. it's yeah.
Gina is a little bit of a no-getter, but she
Yeah.
could be a go-getter, though.
That's a new term, no-getter.
That's what we say. That's what
yeah.
we call
Oh, you're
ourselves.
coining that? Is that?
Yeah, we call.
Did you
we,
trademark it?
Yes,
Well,
years ago.
Stephanie we were making fun of my mom, and
Oh.
you were saying I was saying my mom was making fun of the guy I was dating. Like he's a bricklayer. He's going to be a nobody. And you said he's a no-getter.
And just think how you'd be happily divorced from a bricklayer right now
Right,
if you
I would
just
be.
followed your dreams.
Missed out.
That's what I always say. I could be happily divorced from a firefighter right now if I had just not.
Followed your dreams.
Yep, if I had just followed my dreams.
So some cities you hated.
Oh, so
Yeah.
we went to Virginia City, and it was like Magaland.
Oh, yeah.
And so we left. Like, I think we were there like 20 after like a
Right.
horrible long drive up a windy road. I think we were there like 20 minutes. And
Because
left.
you have to find a RV park, right, to go. in the
yeah,
city.
Chris does all that stuff.
Yeah. So then you meet the people in the RV park,
Yeah. So we've met. Yeah.
and not a great crowd.
Not always. There is a support group for liberal RVers that we are.
There is?
Yeah, we joined. Chris found it actually, and and we have a secret sticker that we put on our RVs so you can recognize us.
Oh,
my God.
God.
That's like the upside down pineapple for swingers. You have to
yeah.
be just as secretive
That's
for
a
like
thing
being
on,
liberal.
That's an RV thing too.
upside
if
down
there's
pineapple.
a pineapple on their sticker, then
Ooh, a lot of swingers in the RV.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot
This
of-
RVs are
Really?
rocking.
Yeah.
Don't come a knocking.
Wow.
Or do come a knocking.
yeah, that one means come a knocking.
Right. So have you ran into swingers and have they,
No.
no.
It may be an urban legend. I don't know. I have personally not seen the pineapple, but people
Right.
tell me
Oh.
to keep a lookout for it.
Okay. So you're in a secret liberal society,
secret
though.
liberal
Are more
RVer
people
society.
liberal than you would think or less?
Less.
Okay.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, it depends on where you're at. So,
cities.
like last summer, we did the whole Northeast, like up to Maine, and so that was very liberal, and we met a lot of lovely Canadians and stuff. and then we've been down like in Florida and Texas, and
yeah.
that's a shit
Not a
show.
lot of not a lot of liberals.
Not a lot of liberals down there, no. So we sort of stick to ourselves
Yeah.
then. But like I loved like Asheville, North Carolina. I had no idea.
Wow. And you liked it there.
I
It's supposed to be
loved it.
great. I have several friends that have moved there and love it.
Yeah, it's very liberal. But I was just like surprised that I would like anything in North Carolina. And then, but otherwise, it's just been,
What was the city you told me to go to? Savannah?
Savannah,
Yeah.
which I knew I would love, but it's a good shopping, eating city.
Yeah.
Two things I like.
Yeah. So now you're settling into Palm Springs.
Yeah, now we're going to we rented a house in Palm Springs, and we're going to do like a hybrid thing. So
Yeah.
6 months on, 6 months off.
Go see Wilma and Frida, our pals at
Oh,
I
yeah.
know, that is my favorite restaurant there.
She
Really?
loves
They make the best eggs Benedict I've ever had.
Yes. Tell
You
them.
know
tell
that's
Kelly.
our friend.
I know.
Yeah.
I was very excited about that.
Yeah.
I was like, can I get a table? Because sometimes it's hard to get a table.
Uh-huh.
So I'm hoping for some pull.
You just say FCOL. Say for
Yeah,
crying
say,
out loud.
say for crying
Oh,
out loud.
okay.
They'll give you a free mimosa or a free.
Well,
Yeah.
They're Pop-Tarts.
Oh, they do have Pop
They
Tarts.
make their homemade Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, delicious. Yeah. Yeah. So Gina and I were talking. Should we take another? No. Okay. Gina and I were talking right before the show. Can you tell us the story about throwing a baby shower for our friend Melissa without Melissa there?
Yeah, so has Melissa been on your show?
No. But people know Melissa. She's my friend I talk about.
So this was our third friend. And, well, I guess she still is. But, so this was her second kid. And I was the party thrower in our group. So I was like,
Gina
what are we
loved
going to do
throwing
for your
parties.
baby shower? She's like, you're not throwing me a baby shower for a second baby. That's so tacky. I'm not doing that. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, don't fucking tell me what to do. So I threw one without her. And I registered her for everything that I would want if I was having a baby. And everybody came to my house. And
Did you invite her?
No.
no, we printed off a picture, like a picture of her,
her
and taped
face.
it to a pillow of her face.
I feel like though, if I said no, I don't want a baby shower, and somebody threw one anyway, I'd still want to be invited. Because I'd
gets
probably
better.
be like,
It gets better.
Never mind,
Yeah.
I want to come.
So that everyone had to come all dressed up. I feel like we had a theme, but I can't really remember.
Of course. Gina always has
Yeah,
a theme.
I am a theme sort of I can't really get through life without a theme. I need a theme just to get through the day. And so,
You registered.
I
everything.
registered. We
Everybody
opened
came.
we played the poop, where you eat the chocolate out of
Yeah.
the diaper and you have to guess what candy bar it is. And we opened all the presents and all that kind of stuff. And
Videotaped it.
we videotaped. I think Sal wasn't. I think Jimmy did. Jimmy
Videotaped
videotaped
it.
the whole thing. And then like a few weeks later, I invited her over, and she comes over with like a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken and stuff. Oh, to watch movies.
Uh-huh.
And then everybody started coming that was at the first shower, the shower. And then I was like, oh, I got this new movie. And so we played her shower for her.
oh my
And then we
God.
just handed her all her open gifts and then said, fuck you, bitch. Don't ever tell me what to do. And to this day, I think she will say it's the best baby shower ever.
ever
Because
had.
she hates that
She doesn't
kind
like
of stuff.
baby. Yeah, she
So
doesn't.
she got all the stuff, and she didn't have to participate in
Right.
the...
Right. You see when I imitate Gina, by the way, you hear her voice?
Uh-huh.
Like, I can't talk about Gina without imitating her voice.
I do have a distinctive...
She doesn't
has a
have a
high-
high voice though. To
She
me.
does sometimes.
Sometimes when I drink. And I have the worst Chicago accent.
She does
I heard
have
the
a-
Chicago a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's awful.
That's so funny though. I do not like baby showers either. I hate them. So I had one, but I was like, no games. I did not allow anybody to do.
That wouldn't fly by me.
And Gina loves a game.
I love a game.
My friends were fine with it. Chelsea Handler was one of the people that threw my baby shower.
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
But
well.
she's edgy too. So she was like, yeah, that's fine with me. I don't want to play any fucking games.
Okay. Different circles, I see.
We're not friends anymore.
Oh.
I'm not on my account. She's just not,
This is back in the day.
she's just not interested in me. No, it's fine. Yeah, but at the time it's funny because it was my friend that I'd been friends with for like 20. Well, I hadn't been friends with her that long at that point, but whatever, 15 years. And then Chelsea, and my mother was supposed to take part in it, and my sister-in-law.
Is this your first?
My
kid?
mother-in-law was late. My mother was late. This was my first kid. Yeah.
Okay.
My second kid, I had a little baby shower because my friend insisted, and it was just really casual at like with different friends. It wasn't like a big deal. She invited a bunch of my like comedian friends to like this Italian restaurant, and she ordered some pizza, and people brought me little gifts. It was
Yeah.
but I was also having twins for the second one. So I do think I needed like more stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel like pregnancy is
It's tough.
ugh, so everybody deserves a party.
That's
what
true.
I think. Yeah.
Gina threw my baby shower. Surprise, surprise.
And your
My bridal shower.
That
And
was
so,
a
but
fun-
my baby shower, because I was having twins, the invite had the picture of the twins from Royal Tenenbaums. Because Adam with the curly hair, that black curly hair, and then she connected their eyebrows, like made one long eyebrow in between both of them. And they were wearing like the track suits because Adam wears the track suits.
But I thought I put your head on the.
Oh,
other
you
one.
did put our head. You
Yeah.
put our face with the afro, with the two mine and Adam's faces with the afro, one long eyebrow and tracksuit, and it was like come to Gina's, and she threw me the baby shower, which was nice, and then she threw me my bridal shower at the beauty bar.
Is that still there?
It is, but I don't think it's called the beauty bar anymore in West Hollywood on
That was
Cahuenga.
fun. But that was like a 50s theme.
That was a 50s thing.
And it was I made her cake, I remember, was the Barbie cake. You know, the little girls where the dress is the cake and the Barbie's in the middle? That is very hard to find.
Really?
Yeah. Back then. I don't know.
Oh
Maybe
my
there were
God!
a
I
dime
wish I had
dozen
a
now,
picture
but,
of that.
But
We should take another quick break at this point, right, Kaylin?
Sure.
Yes.
So was it fun?
That was fun. That was a
That
big
was a
one.
good one, yeah.
Yeah, that was at the bar. It was during the day, so it was kind of
yeah, and I
close to the
remember
public.
you had a signature cocktail.
We did have a signature cocktail. Everybody was dressed like 50s housewives.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I like that era.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Did everybody take Black Beauties?
I don't. What is that?
Remember that
Speed. It was 50s Housewife.
Oh, I thought
Valley
it
of
was
the
the little
Dolls.
blue pill.
Yeah, and Valium.
yeah.
But Black Beauties kept you,
no,
speeded you up, and Valium.
I think
helped you
that Black Beauties was more of a West Coast thing.
Oh, really?
We didn't take that in Chicago. Nobody wants to speed up in Chicago.
No, I much prefer downers. I'm not a speed person.
Yeah.
I want to relax.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you also have a bachelorette party?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did Gina throw that as well?
We tried to recreate it. We had
We
so much.
recreated it a few times.
We did. We went to Vegas and we stayed we had a double bachelorette party because Melissa got married a month before me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Gina-
where did we stay that?
We stayed at the Hard Rock Hotel in Vegas.
We always stayed at the Hard Rock.
We always stayed at the Hard Rock because across the street from the Hard Rock is the Club Paradise.
The strip joint,
club.
of which every time we went, Lynette would go, "My name is Paradise.
I know.
I should get in for free." And no one thought that.
No,
Not a single
gave a shit.
person thought she should get shit because her last name was
Right.
Paradise.
'Cause it was
even though she was
$25.
born with the stripper name, La La Paradise. Like, can you see it now?
Oh my
right?
God.
Coming up on the stage is La La Paradise.
Paradise. Main stage.
Main stage.
You know what though?
Rocking out
Paradise,
to Bruce Springsteen. Pole dancing to Bruce
Yeah.
Springsteen.
Yes. But no, Paradise is not a common name, so I feel like I would like to go back in time and grant you free admission.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because it was $25 to get into that place.
I know.
But we loved
Even
it
for
there.
women?
Yeah.
Because I remember going to Crazy Girls out here in LA, and they would let the women in for free. And a lot of times there'd be people lined up outside, and if you were a woman, even if you were with guys, they would let the girls in. They loved having women there.
Not in Vegas.
Not
I don't
Vegas.
think they
want
gave a
you to-
shit.
Yeah, they want you to pay.
But yeah, we would go there and we would sit and collect
Well,
our thoughts.
I think that we would try to find a bachelor party to,
Yeah.
It's kind of like the girl sorority, the boy fraternity. You got to find a group to hang with.
Right?
Yeah.
So did you do the whole thing for the bachelorette party? Did you go there and have like penis lollipops and like have a
we never
bachelorette
did.
sash?
No,
and-
we didn't wear anything like that. But we did do games. We were sitting by the pool, and I remember they were making me and Melissa play games. And one game is I had to go up to a bunch of guys and say, real or fake.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's funny how one big-titted girl likes to make fun of another big-titted girl.
True.
It's
Yeah.
the trauma. We shared trauma.
Yeah. And then we almost got kicked out of a casino because
No,
I was
we didn't
cussing.
almost get kicked
I
out.
got kicked
Lynette got kicked out.
Because I was swearing. How do you not? We were playing craps, and I was calling her by her mafia name, Gina fucking A. Because she was rolling high.
I was winning.
Right.
She was winning.
I was
and I was
winning.
like, yes, Gina fucking A. And they kept going like, ma'am, stop swearing.
What's the Bellagio?
Yeah. Like, what? This is Vegas.
So then they took her chips off, and she flipped out.
I go, okay, we're all leaving then.
And she's like, that's fine, we're all leaving.
and
We're
Gina was like, no, I'm
no, I am winning.
I turned around and walked
She
away.
marched off all by herself. We're like, see ya. See you at the pool tomorrow. I'm up $27, for God's sakes.
Totally.
Can't leave now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then we got kicked out. Oh, my God. Remember, we got kicked out of,
In Vegas?
yes. What was the
The Russian restaurant?
No, it was at the top and House of Blues.
House of Blues.
And the private club at the House of Blues.
Yes, foundation room.
Yes, and you got us in, I think.
Yes, I did.
I called or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was wearing sneakers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But that
They had a dress code.
they had a dress code.
Yeah, they were like no jeans, no sneakers allowed.
They were very expensive sneakers.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
I felt like they should make an exception.
They were
because my
Pumas,
shoes-
I remember.
Vegas.
No,
how
they
you
weren't.
Weren't they Pumas?
No, they were the other ones. I can't remember now.
Gucci sneakers.
No,
No.
no Gucci sneakers.
I got kicked out of a casino once. I feel like I've brought this up recently. Remember when it was very in style to wear shirts that had logos like Coca-Cola, but it would say something else?
Yeah.
But it would look like it says Coke.
Right.
Mine looked like it said Coke. It was looked like the logo, but it said cunt. And it was a white shirt with red like swirly lettering, and it said cunt. And I was in a casino, and I guess somebody complained about me because they were like, ma'am, your shirt there's an obscenity on your shirt. You can't wear that in here.
I
And I was
just
like,
taken it off and turned it inside out right then and there.
Right then and there.
but I think I got mad and was just like, well, you can't tell me like how to dress. Like you can't even tell that it says, you have to be staring at my tits to know that it says figure, but I guess enough people.
Right.
But if you're staring at my tits, you'd think you wouldn't be the type of person that would be offended by
Right.
seeing the word cunt on there.
Well, it could have been the wife of the person staring at your tits.
Yeah.
True. Well, anyway, I was booted.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah. Yeah,
Were you winning at the time? That's,
were you winning?
I'm sure not. No, it's Vegas.
Stephanie's a gambler too.
Oh,
Yes,
are you?
yeah.
Really? What's your game?
At poker.
She likes
Oh,
poker.
that's a lot of adding in your head. I
Yeah.
can't. You have to keep track of like.
Too much math.
No, well, the math is blackjack. That's why I can't play blackjack because I can't add in my head, and I'll cry if someone accuses me of stealing their card. You know how they do that?
Yeah.
Like you hit on a 12,
Right.
Right.
and then you took my 10, and I'm like, oh. So, and then poker, I can never remember what beats what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Yes.
have to have like the cheat sheet on my hand. Like
I've just been
Right.
playing it for a really long time. I started playing with a group of comics like in my 20s. So I've just been playing it forever. So it's
fun.
yeah, so
like
I like
a girls'
that.
poker night thing. Do you do that?
It's actually mostly guys.
Oh,
There's been a few women have played. Yeah.
that's fun.
Yeah.
And then I love craps. I do love craps.
Yeah.
But I mean, I haven't played
Craps
craps
is
in
our
a long time because poker I can play online.
You can play.
Right.
Well, we play craps VR.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I know.
I've
VR
told the
craps.
story.
Did you
Yes.
tell the story of the VR craps?
Yes, that we got our VR, but it doesn't work anymore.
I know. I can't help you with that. You
I know.
have to come over to my son's house and
Yes, he has to help me
probably
update
has to
it.
update it
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
I was just telling my daughter, I was just telling Elby the other day that because she was talking about Vegas, because there's some big, huge music festival, but not music. It's like a house music. It's like the Coachella it's like a rave.
Right.
It's giant, and it's
not the
happening
one
in
that
Vegas.
the guy was at, is it?
Which guy?
That was the country music one.
Oh,
the mass
in
shooting?
Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. This is like a
EDC.
what's it called?
EDC.
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 It's very famous.
Yeah, it used to be.
Electric
It used to be
dance.
out here actually, and then I think a girl overdosed and died, and they moved it to
It used
Vegas.
to be in L.A.
They used to have it at the Coliseum. I know. I used to go all the time.
Really?
Oh
It's
yeah.
like a rape. So what do you do? Like mosh pit stuff?
No, you just take ecstasy and give
that
out a
what-
lot of hugs.
Is that dating me?
Yeah, mosh.
Do they not mosh pit anymore?
No, they don't mosh pit at raves.
Because everybody's
It's
in
actually
love,
the
right?
exact opposite. Yeah.
It's
I
like
wonder
that.
if LB's
everyone
done
just stands
ecstasy.
in the corner.
No, they all give each other hugs instead of throw fists at one another. Yeah. Well, everyone's on ecstasy, so. Yeah.
Well, LB, first of all, she
you
really
letting her
likes
go?
house music. Well, she's 19. She'll be 20 this
so
year.
you have
She
no
does what
say.
she wants to do.
Okay.
But she went to one called, I can't remember, but it was in San Bernardino. That was like a month ago or 2 months ago or whatever. And a lot of people stayed overnight. It was like a 2-day. It's a big one. I mean, there's thousands of people there. And they Ubered and then Ubered home as a group. And now she's going to one called Wonderland, which you can
In Vegas?
No, this is the same place in San Bernardino, but she's just telling me about this one that's in Vegas. That anyway, the point of that is just to tell you that I was like, oh my gosh, I used to love to go to Vegas. I said when I first moved to LA, I mean, I had like crappy jobs, but we would save up like $100 and we would drive to Vegas with our little like $100 and we would stay at, I don't know if you remember this. I mean, some of these hotels were super cheap
Yeah.
back in the day. You could,
Back in
because
the
they had
day.
all these specials and it was not it was not as
Yeah.
popular. So you could go stay at like this, there was this one Asian themed, most of them are not there anymore, but the Barbary Coast, some of these
Oh,
places
yeah.
had
Palace
hotels.
Station.
Yes.
Palace Station.
And you could literally stay for like $19 a night.
I know.
So
And at Binion's, you could get a steak and shrimp dinner.
Yeah, I was
for
just going to say prime
$1.99.
rib for $1.99. Yeah.
yes, so we would go and we did this thing which we called chip hustling, which was basically like you'd look cute, you'd go to a craps table, and inevitably some guy would be like, "Here," like you'd pretend you're out of money, and then some guy would be like, "Here's $20 in chips or whatever." And at those days, they were $5 tables.
Right.
They even had $1 tables. So you could play $5 on the line, then like $5 on, the hard ways or whatever. And a guy would be kind of, right, giving you some money, a little bit of money, right?
So I have a little bit of a different experience.
But so then if you won, what you would do is you would chip hustle yourself. So you would sneak the money. Usually the guys would be drunk. So you would keep enough money to continue playing, but you'd squirrel away
The chips.
some of your winnings so that then you could pretend that you
you're
were like,
out.
oh no, I'm out of money again. And then the guy would either give you more money or you'd be finished. But then you'd get back to your hotel room and we'd look at all of our chips that we
Right.
chip hustled.
Right.
We used to go play bingo. Because for $10, it was 45 minutes long, but you got free drinks, and that's how we would get our buzz on.
Bingo or you mean Keno?
Bingo.
Oh, bingo. Wow.
The bingo hall.
Bingo. Oh, that's
Then
a bingo
we
hall.
would hit the casino.
Right.
But that's how we would get drunk
Well,
first.
in those days too, and I'm sure maybe it's still the same way. I haven't been to Vegas in so long, but like if you played
For a long time.
5-cent video poker machine, they would come bring drinks constantly.
Yeah, but they're not Johnny on the spot, and especially now. But even then, like,
Yeah. Kind of hard.
yeah, like to get
flag
like
'em down.
shit face at $10, right?
Right.
So because you could drink a lot in 45-minute bingo,
Yeah.
a lot.
We got to go to Vegas again.
I know. Although it's not quite as much fun when you're not going to strip joints
That's true.
and trying to get laid. But
I don't drink anymore, so I can't picture it being as fun for me.
Well, we like to go by the pool and go to the spa.
yeah,
And
I mean,
stuff,
we had
too.
a whole we had a formula, right? Like we would start at the Burbank airport
Yeah.
with our Bloody Marys,
Right.
And then we would drink Bloody Marys on the plane to the point of being almost getting kicked off there.
Yeah.
Then
We were rowdy on the
somebody would
plane.
lose their luggage. Then we would.
Then Gina would bring like the cosmopolitan sex quiz on the plane.
On the plane and make the whole plane play.
Yeah. So, excuse me, sir. Do you get a hard on if your wife is cleaning or if your wife is cooking? Like whatever the quiz was.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember the answers now, but
It was fun though.
that was
People
fun.
were
They
like,
liked it.
yeah,
Yeah.
On a Friday night, a plane on Southwest of Vegas.
Yeah, I mean,
everybody's
it was
having
always
a good
like the 5 o'clock flight. And
Yeah.
then we would go to the Hard Rock, doll up a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then hit the crap tables, then the Club Paradise,
yeah,
then breakfast somewhere.
yeah, breakfast early morning.
Yeah, and
then
then
we'd go to sleep.
Then we'd go to sleep. Then we would wake up, and then we would go
To the
rent
pool.
a cabana at the pool, and get some sort of detox massage or something.
Right, be all hungover.
Yeah.
Then go home and take a
Disco
disco
nap.
nap.
And then start it all over again.
Yeah.
And then
Be miserable Sunday.
and then I could tell you all the best places to throw up at the Vegas airport.
Oh,
lot
God.
of puking.
Yeah, I've thrown up just about everywhere there.
Yeah,
There's a good bathroom. That's
nothing
good.
worse.
Yeah.
Coming home. Well, Gina, this has been so nice. So where are you off to? You're going to IKEA?
I'm going to IKEA next. Yeah. This is
She just drove here.
this
said
is how
she's
the
gonna
world
get-
has changed.
I told her she might get sex trafficked, and she was like, "Bring it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Nobody ever wants to sex traffic me.
She's tried. You've
I've
tried.
tried.
You're just lingering outside of IKEA.
I put it on
going,
my
"What's wrong with
LinkedIn.
me?"
On my LinkedIn. Yeah. You can't look it up that way like you did on AIM. You can't look up like sex traffickers only. Doesn't
Right,
Doesn't
right,
work.
right. Try
Yeah.
to narrow it down to some appropriate partners. This has been so
It's
fun.
been fun. And she drove up from Palm Springs.
I
Thank you
know.
for driving up this morning.
It was fun. I listened to Stefanie Miller.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
On AM radio?
No, on Sirius XM.
Oh, okay.
Nice. I was wondering, like, why am I not hearing from Gina? She's in the car for 2.5 hours. And you didn't
Well,
call
I'm
me.
always afraid to call you in the morning.
I know.
Lynette's not a morning person.
No. Gina's up early,
I'm up early.
but she goes to bed early.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's an old lady. But anyway. No, I love you, Gina. Thank
I
you
love
so
guys.
much.
This was so fun.
This
Thanks
is
for
fun.
having me in your little show.
Oh, we loved it.
Of course.
Yeah,
Super
come
fun.
by anytime.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
You're a parent now.
Don't F it up.